Well, hi there, everyone. This is a special loose chat. Everybody can just get together, and hang out in the comments. A few people will come up here live with me, and we'll just talk about Ringo. This is a specific topic, talking about Ringo Starr on his 81st birthday. He looks amazing, and I'm sure we're going to be repeating that a lot during the course of this discussion that we have. So yeah, I'm starting early, by the way. I was supposed to start this thing, I guess about like 15 minutes from now, but I decided to start earlier. And that also gives people like in England, for example, a chance to get on here because it's kind of late over there. So, yeah, 81 or 41. Is Ringo 81 or 41? He looks pretty good. I mean, very good. So let's get started. Just give me a little bit of time here to have some of our guests come up here. I have some people here that I'm thinking of bringing up. Not everybody, can't bring everybody up, but so no offense to anybody who wants to come up but can't. I'm going to put the link up there. Sometimes the link doesn't appear right away. Let me know if the link does not appear, but I think it's there. Um, and I know I got one guy that would like to come up. And there he is. Looks like the link is working. Let's just see now. I'm only letting no offense to anybody I don't let up. Please, if I don't let you up here, please understand. There's only certain people that I kind of have to know you more or less, or I don't just have just avatars up. I have actual people up. So here we go. And when this person here is the co-host of the Two Legs McCartney videocast. And he's also a partner of mine on Talk More Talk. And here he comes. I see him getting ready. And it's Tom Magnotti.
Hello.
Hello. But again, I'm having the same issue. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Everyone, I know we got another guest back there. Hold on a minute, because I'm having an issue. Hold on.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear everything all right?
Yes, hello.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you, but before I wasn't hearing you through the headphones. I was hearing you through the laptop. I don't understand, but now I hear you. And
Gotcha.
I have another special guest here, a friend of mine, and he's got a pretty amazing collection. And I asked him to maybe show some stuff. If we're lucky, maybe he'll treat us to showing some stuff. So let's have him come up here, and that's Beetle Brad. Hello, Brad.
Hey,
Hello, good to see you.
good evening, everybody. Hello. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Brad.
And as Brad would say, good to see each and every one of you.
Good to see every one of you.
Each and every one of you here. So yeah, a nice shirt there, and I see Tom's got his Ringo shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. I got the same old Ringo one that I wear a lot.
I got my hairpiece on straight.
yeah. We got some people here. Hello, Woodland Goblin. Hello, a lot of people. Rock and Roll Rebel. Hello, Hudson. Hello. Let's see, Angus. We got a lot of people here. Yeah. So look, let's just get it over with. We'll probably mention this a lot, but boy, I can't believe how good Ringo looks for his age. Holy man!
Yeah.
Well, you know the dye job.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. No, that is no. But that is true. That is true. That is a very important part of it. That's why I still say that is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's a style. It's a styling. It's a grooming thing. Because my girlfriend points out that he grows his beard a little longer to hide the neck too.
Right.
A little bit, but that's what you do when you kind of like trying to like finesse a little bit and try to look your best you can. That's how I look at it, which is why I got to get mine going again. Because I do from time to time, but it's a pain in the arse, folks.
Is it?
Which is why you have to keep at it every 5 days, no more than 7. Put it that way.
Gotcha.
At least that's what I find.
I think he needs to change his song when he does a concert. I think he needs to go. Now I'm only 82 when it comes up.
Right. Do you remember him doing that? He did it. He said 52.
Yeah,
he did that.
kind of briefly, but I kind of wish he'd kind of jump the game up, a little bit. I mean, Paul. I think Paul needs to change his when I'm 64 to when I'm 84. Or
84. There you go.
Right. Yes,
Paul
indeed.
needs to do that too.
Hello, Beatle Babe. Hello, Marcus.
Marcus.
You got people here. What do you got there in your hand, Brad? I see something.
My phone.
Oh, I thought maybe you were. Well, I'll start off with a little bit of fun here.
They allow us to have phones.
There we go.
Let's show the old Ringo Soaky.
The bubble bath. Bubble bath's
gonna be cool. Nice. Yeah. I was with Joe when he got that at the fest.
No, you were. I don't even remember.
I was.
What's that on his?
Wait a minute. I think I got the McCartney one at the fest.
Was it McCartney?
I think so. I think I got this one at my record store. I have
Hey.
But you were with me with one of them, and of course this one, Ringo, the Remco Ringo. That's nice. But it doesn't have the drum on it. I'll get one with the drum eventually. But Ringo.
Can you make his hair shake a little bit?
I want to be Washington D.C. I want to be a man.
Exactly.
I love that Washington D.C. when he's playing it. I love that bit with him when he's trying to sing and he's really getting into it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Let me get this set up right. Make sure I'm kind of on camera here.
Yeah, this thing's come on and off a few times. I think about taking this off, but then people say you look like a porn star if you just have a mustache. I don't know when mustaches are going to come back in style. I don't understand. I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Beards are in.
I miss my mustache. Yeah.
Hello, Vivian. Thanks for joining us.
At least you guys can
Happy birthday, Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo, yeah. I remember I grew a mustache. Just quick story. I grew a mustache, and then right after that, I got like the flu. So my nose was running like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no, that took care of the mustache real quick.
It's funny when you think Ringo. I mean, he had the beard before the Beatles, before he joined the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. Late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, so he's always wanted a beard. I think Ringo looks better with a beard. I think he looks good with a beard.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. And I think that he had to shave it off for the Beatles. Hey, I'd do that for that gig.
I think so. But yeah, he looked a lot older than what he was, because he was 19, 20, 21 in those early Rory and Hurricane days. Yeah. And I was able to do that too when I was that age, because I had Joe, you probably were able to grow a beard young as well.
Oh yeah. I grew a beard in 85 really when I grew my beard. That was my beard. I remember I have photos of it too somewhere. And it was nice and dark.
Wow.
But then again, when you're 23, that could be the case. Yeah. The Beatles, man, asking what's your favorite Ringo album and song. So why don't we go around here? I'm gonna say that no surprise, my favorite Ringo album is the self-titled Ringo album. But just to save a little face, I always say I love Time Takes Time. Is other than the usual Ringo album that a lot of us might say, I like Time Takes Time. And as far as a Ringo song, when people ask, what's your favorite Beatles song, or John or Paul or George, I can't answer that. But with Ringo, I can, even though that's no slight for me, because I love a lot of his stuff, all his stuff up till now. But I still think It Don't Come Easy for me is my favorite Ringo song still.
Yeah.
So
it's a great track. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's a good one to kind of pop in with. That's for sure. Go ahead, Tom. I'll let you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't argue the Ringo album. Every song on there is good to great. I mean, they're all strong tracks. I mean, the people he had on that album helping him out, and the producer. But my favorite Ringo song at the moment would be early 1970. I just love that story, and I love the playing. I mean, George's guitar playing on that is really cool. I love how on each verse the tempo gets picked up more and more, and I think it's just a fun song. So
sure.
Two classic songs, which I wish to hear more in concert. I like both of them a lot. But I'm going to go, because I've heard them for so many years, just like both of you have. I'm going to go off the spec and pick something totally different, which I really like the song a lot, and that's "Weight of the World."
Yeah, great.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
Should have been a hit. Should have been a hit.
Should have been a hit. There was a promo video. Ringo even did. I got the. There's a promo press kit, video press kit, which I've got the promo press kit to it. I mean, Ringo really promoted that album.
Right.
It was a strong song. "Weight of the World." I maybe you guys can help me out. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Did he ever do? I don't think he ever did it in concert, though.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
That first tour?
Yeah, he did it in the 92. Okay.
Tour. Yeah, I just couldn't think of it right offhand. I mean, like I said, I'm glad you guys are thinking of it, because I just, I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. You did, but
yeah, he did it on some television shows at the time that I saw him on. Like, I know Arsenio Hall was one of them. If anybody,
I remember doing Arsenio.
And it had a pretty good video as well.
Yeah, the video was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hello, Tim. Tim Allen's here. You can come up if you want to join the discussion, Tim. Just
hey, Tim.
Let's see here.
Oh my gosh, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Inside joke for Joe and I.
Favorite Ringo B-side? I'm gonna go with "Down and Out," the B-side of "Photograph."
Oh.
Well, I mean, early 1970 was a B-side.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. Might as well stick with that, right?
Yeah.
Would you like that?
But I do enjoy Blind Man as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Blind Man was good, but I don't kind of leaning on Down and Out. I mean, I do like some of the other ones, but Down and Out is just kind of could have been a strong A-side as well.
Here's an example of a song that says the same thing over and over and over, and I can't get enough of it. That's pretty fun. It's like Funky Town, I love, or Fly Robin Fly, or something like that.
Oh My is very repetitive as well.
We have a special guest here I see in the back. I'm glad he's able to join us, so I'm going to bring him up, and I'm sure we all know him.
You know him. You love him.
Hey
Ken
there.
Michaels.
Hey, there he is.
Guys.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, Beatle Brad. Finally
How
on
are you?
Same time with you.
Good. This is great.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to join us, Ken.
Absolutely. Excellent.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with. Somebody was asking, just for fun, favorite. Can you narrow down a favorite Ringo album or a favorite Ringo song? Which is hard. It's hard to do, obviously. But I'm wondering if you can do that.
Well, Ringo album. I've said many times on Talk More Talk that the Ringo album, Time Takes Time, the 3 Mark Hudson albums, they're all kind of equal for me. Those are the top 5. Ringo is the most classic, obviously, because we know the songs from there. And there's so many favorite Ringo songs. I still have to pick Photograph because I think it's, it's such a masterpiece, not only of a song, but production-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And the ironic thing is that it really has like a Phil Spector production behind it. And the engineer on that record was Jack Nitch, who worked with Phil Spector in his early years. So, but there's so many other Ringo songs that I would place really close, and a lot of them are not even hits.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of songs I like. If I throw some out, I mean, this is completely off the top of my head. I love the song Wings, but I especially I like the version from 2012, Ringo 2012, even better than the one from Ringo the Fourth. And I like Peace Dream. I could go on with that's just 2. I mean, I could go on a lot of
good song too. Definitely.
Yeah. I think "Wrong for So Long" is just a great, a great little love story song there. I think it was really cool.
Yeah,
but I think it really.
I think it was great that Mark Hudson was involved in a lot of Ringo stuff, and I think once Ringo, the whole thing happened with Mark Hudson. I think there was a real good gel there with Mark Hudson and Ringo Starr, and since they lost Mark Hudson, I think Ringo's done well, but I think it's not as strong as it was.
Yeah, I think it's got. First, I kind of missed it a little bit, but then I thought, as much as I think Mark Hudson was very important, and then I thought for me, after a while, it became kind of samey, kind of the same a little bit. I like where it's at now with Ringo, producing this stuff. But
look, it's Tim Allen.
Hi, Tim. Sorry,
everyone. Brad, Joe.
Boy, you changed since Home Improvement.
Yeah.
You probably get that all the time, right?
Yes, I kind of do. But, nice to meet you, Ken.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Yeah, so this is one of my, I might put this up as what I call the Beatle Lounge, which is, it's almost like I'm doing a Fab Gab, or something like that, but it's not the official Fab Gab show. It's just us loosely hanging out, and whatever comes up, whatever, just a bunch of guys
Great.
shooting the breeze, so to speak, about Ringo. Anybody thinks of anything other than what's in the comments too, that's to give us ideas. If you have anything you want to say, anything about Ringo, in any way, shape, or form, just spit it out, folks.
Well, I'd like to bounce off what Beatle Brad just said, because when Ringo was working with Mark Hudson, I loved the songs. The songs are really strong, and they were very Beatle-esque intentionally. I think that that's fine for a while. You don't want to rely on past formulas. And even though Ringo is so proud of his past, there are times, like any artist, when you want to break away from that.
Yeah.
Even though he certainly used Beatle lyrics and name checked the Beatles quite a lot in his solo career. But I love the songs on those Mark Hudson albums and the Christmas album. But I also think at the same time that while the albums that followed weren't as strong as the ones with Mark Hudson, they're kind of more interesting because he was branching out so much. And I think the big difference is in all the different songwriters that he's written with. When you're going from Dave Stewart to Richard Marx to Joe Walsh to Todd Rundgren to Gary Bird to all these different people, Van Dyke Parks, the songs are going to be different. So there's a lot of variety on those albums, and there's some stuff that he's never done before. I could say that about the Mark Hudson period too, because Free Drinks is so different for Ringo. It's very much like an 80s song. Instant Amnesia was so different.
Another great one.
Ringo.
That was a crazy song.
Ken, what was the name of the song he did for that Curly Sue soundtrack?
You Never Know.
You Never Know. I am. Okay. And that's the only place you can find it is on that soundtrack.
Was that in the closing credits?
Closing credits. The only way you could hear it is on there.
Yeah.
No, it's been on bootlegs.
Okay.
When you mentioned Van Dyke Parks, I think he wrote or co-wrote King of the Kingdom, which is a song that I really like. It's got a reggae Bob Marley kind of feel to it. It's a sound. It's on to help me Give More Love, the album.
Yep.
Yes.
King of the Kingdom. So there's so much stuff.
But like his new one, I think there's some, it was a smart idea by Ringo to put out the EP for Zoom In. And I think a lot of those songs are strong tracks on that album too. Some people, I don't like all of them, but actually it was smart for him to put out, just a couple tracks instead of giving us an album or a double album of 2,700 tracks on an album or something crazy. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit of an EP. In the beginning, I wasn't too sold on it. I was like, oh, he's going to gyp us with an EP, but I don't know. I kind of liked it.
He's going to give us another one supposedly in October, which might as well have been an album.
That's right.
We got another one coming up.
Peter Frampton put a post on, it was like his Instagram, Twitter page, where he put a post on there with a picture of him and Ringo Starr, and he was talking about he was listening, how he got to listen to the songs on the album or the EP,
really?
I should say. Yeah.
So that was from the EP, because I didn't know if it was a new photo, maybe.
Right. No, it was a new photo. Are you talking about the one from the other day, a couple days ago? Yeah.
Drowning in the Sea of Love. I'll tell you right here. I know what you mean by guilty pleasure, because that's the term I use. I fall into using that from time to time. But I got to say, I'm not guilty. Feel guilty at all when I say I really love Drowning in the Sea of Love. I get a kick out of that song.
I've come to really enjoy that song as well.
Yeah. I didn't care for it so much for a long time until I actually recently, probably about 2 years ago, got a promo video of it, which is kind of neat and rare. And it's a promo for Drowning in the Sea of Love. And it's actually really cool, the promo video. And it really kind of sparked a new interest and joy in that song.
Yeah, the Drowning in the Sea of Love video, it has a lot of Ringo's past in there, a lot of him drinking and stuff with the wine glass. But it fits the song. But I want to take a moment here just to pause, because we got another guest here, and You all
Another
know him.
one?
Yeah, you all know him, and Tom knows him well. This is his other leg. You got one leg, Tom, and here's the second
Now he's got
leg.
both.
Yep.
And it's Andy Nichols. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Andy.
Hey,
Oh, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
you're muted, buddy.
It's okay. This happens.
Hey, Ken Michaels. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
All right.
Hey
hello.
guys, thank you, Joe. Hi, everybody.
Sure. Good to see you here.
Yeah, with a stable internet connection is too. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I know there was a problem the other night.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. We were live with Brad last week. Yeah,
Brad,
totally,
you have some great
Uh-oh.
stuff, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Brad, is he pretending? Is he feigning freezing, or is he really frozen?
Did I break the
I
internet?
think he's frozen.
Wait a minute. This is really happening. You just said everything was stable.
Oh, this is too
Now
good.
he's got to be. It's one of his
Everything.
jokes. That's too good.
No, wait. There,
No,
there we
that
go.
was
There he
moving.
is.
That was beautiful. That you can't plan that any better than that.
Nope.
So yeah, Brad was on there showing a lot of good memorabilia, fall stuff on that one.
Yeah, great stuff, Brad.
I missed what you said because it broke up. I didn't hear you. In cell block 5, I guess they turned some of the lights off, and that's why we lost everybody.
So they just electrocuted somebody.
Yeah, they're right down the hall, so you got to speak up, I'm due here in about 40 minutes, so kind of make it fast if you can.
Yeah.
They really let you have a lot of stuff in your cell block there, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm going to make it as homey as I can, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
And yes, and Paul had a June 18th birthday. He's pretty close to Ringo.
Yeah.
I always like telling a little joke there. I think it's funny. Ringo's humor. He was on the Merv Griffin show in 1981, and Merv was trying to get the date of the wedding out of Ringo. He was trying to pry the date, so Ringo didn't want to give it to him. So Merv says, "Can we pinpoint you to a special date coming up soon in your life?" And Ringo just instead says, "July 7th, my birthday." And then Merv says, "Really? July 6th, mine?" And Ringo says, "Who cares?" And when Merv says, "Did he just say that?" And then Ringo gave him a pat on the hand, But it was it's Ringo's humor. But I loved that bit.
That was typical Ringo humor.
So what's going on with you fellas, Ringo wise? Andy, Tim, how'd you celebrate today? Did you play all your Ringo albums?
I listened to the EP. I put the EP on. Yeah, and which I still enjoy months later. Yeah, I dig it. I really do. So that's how I celebrated, and also forgot that Paul's father's birthday was also today too. Didn't realize.
Oh wow! Ooh.
That's right.
Jim Mac's birthday would have been today too.
So did you play Walking in the Park with Eloise?
Yeah, there we go. Rock and roll.
It's funny. There was a mint copy of that at my record store in a picture sleeve. And sometimes these days I'm getting older. I'm not sure of everything I have or not. So I said, should I buy this? Do I have it? Let me go home and check. And I went home and checked. And then a day or two later, I needed it, by the way. And I went back and it was gone.
Son of a...
You didn't get that, Tom. You didn't get that, did you?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't swipe it from under your nose.
You didn't know I wanted it?
No, but I do need it.
Oh, there you go.
I have it with the picture sleeve.
Next.
What?
I think I think altogether we probably have just about everything.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Considering how much you spend.
Yep.
What are you going to do when there's $1,000 Ringo box out there? I don't think that's
not buy it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Oh well.
Oh, Robert.
If it was his complete discography, all remastered and stuff like that, I would consider it. And some other goodies.
I'm not a big Choose Love guy, and I know people are. I'm not a big Choose Love guy. I got to give it some more listens give it another.
Aw.
So
I kind of wish that every album from Ringo's catalog would get some kind of
Right.
archival treatment. Maybe just one bonus disc with outtakes,
Right.
any bonus material, extra songs lying around, even if they're not that strong. I'm not expecting a big box set, just one extra disc. But I'm surprised there hasn't been something just for the Ringo album.
Yeah.
There you go.
there we go. Brad's got it.
Right.
Yeah. I can't find
Picture
the button
disc.
to bring you up. Yeah, I'll bring it up.
This is the picture disc.
Right.
Yep.
Picture disc, right? Okay. See, it's good I brought it up because I'm thinking I'm just seeing the sleeve in my mind.
And it's a picture side on both sides too. Either way you go. There you go. Boy, that's worth the admission just to watch this video, isn't it? I mean, my gosh, you got
Oh, Bad Boy. All right.
Celebrating with Bad Boy tonight.
Hmm.
I celebrated this afternoon.
You what, Ken?
I celebrated this afternoon. I was on Lucas Tanner's show.
Oh, great.
Ringo Rama.
Great. Ringo Rama. Yeah.
So we reviewed Ringo the Fourth.
Oh, great. Yeah. I wonder what's going on. Lucas he's cornered the market so far on the Ringo chats.
Lucas is amazing. I can't believe all he knows about Ringo bootlegs and every version of every Ringo song. And
really,
stuff that I never heard before. So it's amazing.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a look at that. That'll be really interesting.
So is it? I'm trying to think of topics. Anybody here? Has everybody here seen Ringo? I know most of us have, but how about anybody who hasn't? Never got to see him, huh? Well, I'm waiting. I have tickets from 2020 that at the Beacon Theater in New York City, and they keep getting held over. 2021 and now 2022. They're going to be good for us. So maybe a year from now, June.
Wow.
Yep. When he's almost 82.
You know what I've been wondering with all these concerts popping up now for the fall? I'm wondering if Ringo is regretting, stalling until next summer. He probably could have picked up on it for, the fall or winter this year.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Instead of waiting another year, that's a long time. So
I'm trying to think now. Does he usually do the summer?
Summers.
Right. Usually is. I don't know if it's a summer thing with him, but
well, it was a June, July tour.
Yeah.
Originally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it always has to be.
Right.
No.
But this time around.
But if he's really eager to play, and he certainly sounds like he's hungry to get out there, he could do it in the fall or winter.
I just hope he does a different lineup for some of the songs because I'm kind of getting burned out with some of the songs that he does.
Yeah.
Kind of like, we're touring with the Beatles, but now we're doing all our solo stuff,
Yeah. He's never going to. Well, he did that. He did at least one show. Was it The Bottom Line where he did his at VH1 Storytellers?
Yeah.
He did a show at Irving Plaza with the Roundheads too. Mm-hmm. That was around the time of Choose Love. And that's the thing. The people that went to see him at The Bottom Line, many of them had the album or they had an advanced copy and they knew the songs from Vertical Man.
Great.
And I think Ringo was in shock. And he got just a great ovation from the crowd. And you'd think that maybe that would make him think I should do more of this instead of always doing an all-star band format. But I just think he's way too insecure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To carry an entire show.
Well, he's insecure because he always says how many people bought it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate when he does that, but he does it.
I know. I know.
Well, like the song "Oh My My," I wish he would do that in concert. That's a good, strong song.
He has
done it once,
right?
He did it. He did it once.
Yeah, but I'd like to see it again.
And even like Beatles songs, even like although I'd rather him do his own stuff. I mean, I like when he did What Goes On for a little bit, which was different. I was going to say, Christian, listen to Old Wave. How do people here feel about Old Wave? I come right out and say it's my least favorite Ringo album.
I think it's got some good tunes on it. Absolutely.
I think Ringo and
it's
Joe
got some
Walsh.
good-
We're going Joe Walsh
Drive my
together.
car.
They work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopeless is, I think, is one of my favorite Ringo songs. That period.
As far as we can go.
Hopeless.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's great. Hopeless is a lot like Oh My My.
Yeah.
I love She's About a Mover, the cover.
She's About a Mover is a good one too. Yeah.
That's my favorite track on there. Alibi? Did you say?
No, In My Car.
In My Car.
In My
Yeah,
Car.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like a few
in the middle somewhere for me. I like it.
I like a
You
few.
know, there's one thing when Ringo tours, there are certain songs that I think are so obvious that he should do live, and I've mentioned "We're on the Road Again" many times. Because it's a great rock song. He's on the road. Steve Lukather's in the band. He co-wrote the song with him. I mean, come on. And then you mentioned "In My Car." I mean, Ringo's toured with Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh co-wrote it with him. Joe Walsh recorded his own version of "In My Car." You know, so why don't they do that live? And I do wish, sometimes when it comes to Beatles stuff, I wouldn't mind if he did a song that another Beatle sang. And for all he said about Rain, how much he loves the drumming on Rain, well, he could back up somebody else singing lead. In fact, Todd Rundgren recorded Rain. It's one of the Beatles songs that he's covered. That would have been a cool thing to do.
I would be surprised, though, Ken, if he would do that, because I think one of the reasons he loves that, he always says that's one of his favorite, if not his favorite song. He always says it's because something about the way he played on that one time.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't know if he'd want to try to recapture that in his mind, the way he thinks. I don't want to try to, best it or try to recapture it. It's special, But I would certainly not be against it if it could be.
I think the crowd would love it. Just focus on Ringo's drumming on that song. For all that he's, not that we should take anything away from Todd or anybody else that wants to sing it, but for all that he said about it, he's always said he's most proud of Rain. And he was possessed when he did the drumming on that.
Right.
I've been learning a little more about Lukather because he did a lot of studio work in the 80s for other people. And I didn't realize he did the great lead guitar at the end of Running in the Night, I think for the Lionel Richie album. We Were Running in the Night. That song. Yeah. Did the solo on, My Girl Olivia's Physical song. So he just
wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just learned that the other night actually. So,
man, I wish I had my notes here. Oh, remember if you saw a video of mine recently? I was at the flea market, and there was a guy who bought an item, and he came into the car with me, and said that he was the guitarist. It turns out, not the guitarist on the album "Time Takes Time" on the song "What Goes Around," but on the demo tape.
Demos. Yeah, I remember you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was in my record store recently, and there's a young guy who owns another record store who said, "Oh yeah, he teaches me guitar. He's like my guitar teacher." And he gave me his name, and I wrote it down, but I don't remember it. I have it, but I'm telling you, hey, what can I tell you? I'm lucky I remember my own name sometimes. But yeah, so that's good though. I mean, now I could definitely contact him if need be, and but that was interesting. Yeah, because I had thought he had said that he played on the song, but he's not listed on the album. I mean, I could go get it, but just keep the party flowing, so to speak, right now.
Let's get him on Talk.
Talk more talk. Yeah.
Do you remember the tour you got that shirt from, Joe? Was that a tour shirt?
Yeah. Well, I always buy shirts. I like to buy a shirt at each tour. This one just happens to be one that I got somewhere else at a flea market or something. I didn't get one from this, but I'm not sure what the year is. I don't know why 2008 or so is popping in my head if he was doing it then, but I don't know why I'm thinking that. I gotta check if there's a date on the back. But I have a shirt. I'll show you one here that I wanted to wear. All I could say is not yet, folks, not yet. But I'm trying to get to it.
Couple more pounds, buddy. Couple more pounds.
Well, I first saw. Oh, forget it. I've been off 9 days. Are you kidding me? Since the 4th of July to now, everything I accomplished in like
It's been a
2
food
months.
fest.
But
Been in a
anyway,
food coma.
I saw Ringo first time in '89 when he toured, right?
Okay.
And I bought this shirt then. Don't have it any. I didn't have it anymore. But a friend of mine gave me a bag of all kinds of Beatles stuff, and he had one. I think this is the first tour. I mean, it's.
Oh wow!
I want to be because it's white. That's part of the problem of why this one doesn't fit well either. But it's black, so you can get away with it. But it has all the names on it. You know,
Nice.
I like that.
Dr. John, Nils Lofgren,
It's
Clarence Clemens. Wow, a lot of people we lost. Levon Helm,
it's just like on the CD,
Billy Preston,
the live album.
Yeah, so eventually. So
Ken,
That's
is
a
that
neat
a?
shirt.
Do you have one on too? You have a concert shirt on too, Ken?
2006.
Okay.
well,
If
I
I
can
can
bring you up.
bring it
there.
up.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I'll try to. It's just hard to do here. Hold on.
That one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there
There
you
you
go.
6.
There you go. Well, that's the thing, right? We've said, sometimes we wear our concert shirts and
Right.
you get covered anyway. This one's good because Ringo's at the top. He's got his fingers on the top. So,
Right.
and Tom's shirt you could see.
Yeah, this is from I think 16, and I actually got to work that show. So I got to meet the band, and I was like 10 feet away from Ringo, trying not to make a fool of myself, and just, yeah, saw the show, got a couple shirts, so that was exciting. And what year was that shirt that you have on, Brad?
Oh, I knew you'd ask me. I gotta get up and take a look at the back. It's a tour shirt.
All right, never mind then. Yeah, never mind then. Yeah.
I know one thing. It's from '98 up because he had this style from '98 till recently. I'm glad he's grown his hair a little bit. I'm a stickler for that. I love different looks to the Beatles eras.
He had it shaved too long. It was shaved for way too long.
Yeah, '98. I think was the first time he did it. And I saw a picture. I got to see if I can get it here. Let me see. I'll show it.
2017 is actually this shirt.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that was pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I went backstage to meet Ringo. I did a whole video on my channel about going backstage, and it was pretty crazy to get backstage. I just kind of snuck back there, and I was in the green room walking around looking for Ringo because there were a bunch of people in there. And I'm trying to find Ringo. There's the other guys that were in the band and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of glanced over, and then I thought it was Ringo, but it wasn't. It was Todd Rundgren. And I started to walk in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to not make a fool of myself like you were talking about a minute ago. I started walking to him, and this guy comes up, grabs my arm, and he goes, "You're not allowed backstage here. You don't have a pass. What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out, did it?
No, it
didn't. The way you wanted it to. This is a picture. Peter Frampton was in this picture, but I cropped it just for the purposes of this out.
Yeah.
And I wrote something. I wrote 81 or 41.
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't do it justice, but I mean, come on. I mean,
It's amazing.
I mean, really,
I can't believe it.
That's great.
So,
anybody?
That's a great picture.
Anybody have any Ringo autographs?
yeah, I have one. I got it on eBay though in 2000, and I'll just tell the story real quick, and then I'll let somebody else. I like it. It's up there. You can't see it from here, but it's the Stop and Smell the Roses album cover, and it's his full name, Ringo Starr, instead of just Ringo. And back then, I don't know. Back then, I got it on eBay for I think $75 in 2000, which is pretty good price. But and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, and it looks really like it. And another reason I bought it, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I know he did a show, Rockline, in 1981. He was promoting Stop and Smell the Roses on the radio. And I remember one of the things they were touting was they were going to give away 50 copies of Stop and Smell the Roses. And then Ringo just said, you know what, I'll sign the 50. And then he says, oh, really? Okay, because why not? We might as well have some fun with it.
Wow.
So I remember that. I was like, oh, that's cool, So I mean, is this one of the 50? I don't know, but it has a lot. That album is very friendly to autographs because it's white, where you could see
Right.
the signature.
Yeah.
That's my story.
I
There
bet
you
he
go.
signed a lot, before the whole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
controversy.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me bring that up here. I didn't know this. This is
How did you get?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
give me that. It has my name on it. What are you doing?
This was
How much?
free, actually, free 99. I didn't even pay for it.
No, I mean, I'll buy it for. How much for me to? I'll buy it.
Oh, I don't know. We could talk off the air about that. I got this from a buddy of mine who worked security at the PNC Bank Art Center in New Jersey when Ringo played there. I slipped this to him, and I said, well, if you happen to maybe see him, maybe you could try it. And he goes, well, I don't know. It's very tight. We might see him. And anyway, I slipped it to him, and he saw him, and he signed it for me, and then he gave it back to me. So I didn't meet him, but I got it.
Nice.
Great.
Very good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's really
Well, I'm
cool.
still hoping there's going to be some time where I'll get a good meeting with Ringo or something. And I'm telling you, I'm to the point where I don't mind saying it. I'd pay for a meet and greet if it came around, and I could just have like, even if it, whatever, 10, 15 seconds, whatever, we could get over. Hey, how you doing? Peace and love. Snap a picture. Why not? I mean,
Hey, Joe, what would you do it virtually, like on Zoom? That's what he should do.
oh well, they had a contest recently. I didn't enter it. Where you could do that.
Right.
I think Ringo would be on with you, or you'd be on with Ringo or something virtually. I thought.
Right.
And of course,
I
Ken
got
has
one
gotten
graph for
into.
you, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Finish up your story, then I'll jump
Well,
in.
I was going to say, let's just say Ken. I was going to say Ken, of course, got to interview Ringo, right?
Couple
more than
times.
once.
Yeah. 3 times.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. Very lucky. No, the
yeah.
first time was in New Jersey at Waterloo Village, and that was August 28th, 1992. I always remember that date. The photo that you see that I use on my website
Yes.
with me and
Great
Ringo is
photo.
just
Great
from
photo.
that. It's from that day,
Yeah.
and that was backstage when they had their solo numbers. Because you remember during the All-Star Band tours for quite a while, he would let an individual member just be on stage alone or with someone else, and they would do a song separate from the band. And usually there'd be like 2 individual members that would get a solo number. Up until, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, he was doing that on his tours. So while that was going on, he went backstage with me, and I interviewed him, and I talked to him about his songwriting and Vinnie Poncia, and
Right.
I think he was surprised that I brought it up. And,
Yeah.
and Joe Walsh wandered around. He was telling us he's running for president, and and then I also interviewed him with Fab Forum, the first podcast show that I was in. That was part of a roundtable discussion. And for Postcards from Paradise on the phone, I spent, I guess, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes with him talking about the album. And that's on my website, by the way. Yeah.
What I love about that photo, Ringo seems so interested, into talking to you in that picture. And I watched back from 1995, a Donahue show where he was on with Max Weinberg. Ringo was on with Max Weinberg, and Ken was in the audience. And I watched that again the other night. And I love that. Ken gets up, and of course he brings up the new. Well, it wasn't new anymore; it's 3 years old. Time Takes Time. I love your album. Time Takes Time. I was wondering if you're going to do another studio album, but everybody applauded, and
I was very happy that they applauded too.
Yeah, and I think Ringo was happy. That's why I always say, it's not like, oh gee, I love you on Hey Jude. I mean, it's,
right.
Well, how was it? What was it like coming to America that first time, being on Ed Sullivan? What was it like? But yeah,
that was a great show. Tom Frangione also. He was in the audience.
It was him. I said to my girlfriend, I think that's Tom Frangione, a young Tom Frangione. It was him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, that was him.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Brad, you have an autograph to show us, eh?
Oh, well, I didn't want to. I mean, gosh, that's a fantastic story. I really like that one a lot. But so I can turn it around here. There's drumsticks signed by Ringo. Am I getting that in there?
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll do over this way a little more. Sorry. There's the drumsticks, and then there's Ringo himself, where he signed the Abbey Road Walk one. As well. That's just down a little bit lower. There it is. Kind of hard to do this backwards, everybody, but anyway, there's Ringo's drumsticks signed, and then there himself with the Abbey Road Walk across, where he signed that as well.
Cool,
but,
man.
No. When you met him, that was that's really awesome. Really cool too.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Thanks for letting me show you.
Maybe we have an opportunity again to get him on Talk More Talk or something. I hope that would be nice. How about bringing up some Paul McCartney? I wanted to see Andy look up Paul McCartney connections with Ringo. I don't know. I'm trying to get it.
Well,
gotta mention Paul.
Yeah, the Cooler video for
yes.
That's a fun one. That whole what directed by Kevin Godley of 10cc fame. And that's a lot of fun. Their chemistry is great. I mean, even as bad as Broad Street is, it's still fun to see those two together in that movie.
Was it Kevin Godley or was it Keith McMillan from Keith Co?
No, it was Godley, because Godley did an interview about it. I think last year about directing that video.
About Cooler.
Yeah, Cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't you do a show? Oh boy, you did a two-leg show. I don't remember what the topic was. I don't know if it was. Yeah, it must have been Paul, right? Because we're talking about private property. I saw the single picture sleeve for private property, but I don't know what the.
Oh, we were talking about just songs that Ringo, that Paul had given to other artists.
Oh, okay.
Sure, that was probably it. And he wrote that song, for Ringo.
And what do you think of those songs, like Attention and Private Property?
I love it. I love Attention. Yeah. I think that's a great song. I love it.
I love Private Property. It's catchy.
Yeah,
I enjoy them.
I enjoy. Yeah.
And majority of those all for the Cool.
Yeah. I still think the best song that Paul gave Ringo was 3 o'clock. Or sorry, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Oh, I thought I missed one for a minute there.
That was an earlier version of it.
Yeah, that was the original demo, right? Yeah, no, but 6 o'clock I still think is the best song.
I agree with Tom on that one, but I think that Pure Gold is definitely up there too.
True. People forget that song, Rotogravure.
Oh, I know. I've got Ringo to show.
Okay, what do you got there, Mason?
Hold on a minute. 45 of Your 16.
I can't get it. I can't look.
There you
with
go.
The second side, Devil Woman.
Devil Woman,
right?
Yeah, which is also from the album. Let's see.
That's a great thing about Apple, how they could play around with the label, and you see, Ringo inside that Starr being cut in the middle. There's so many things that they could do.
Yeah,
and
that's one of my earliest memories as a kid. I can't. Even though I was around at the for the end of the Beatles and everything. I remember "Hey Jude" as a new song. I do remember "Hey Jude," but then I kind of lost interest till around. I do remember "Uncle Albert" by Paul being a big hit in '71. But I remember going out and buying Photograph, the single, and I remember more than anything that Starr with him in the aluminum foil.
Yeah,
I have a real good memory, good memories, nostalgia for that one.
Yeah.
So
good times with picture sleeves. Yeah.
Alrighty, what do we got?
You're saying you wanted to see some Paul stuff too, right, Joe?
Oh, not today. Unless it's Paul. I met Rare Ringo stuff. If you had any Rare Ringo, Ringo and Paul together. Photos from the Cooler, perhaps.
One of my favorite photos of Paul and Ringo together.
What they did for the Why Not album. What was it?
Walk with You.
The song, yeah. That's when I.
That's a great.
Ringo and Paul together. That's the one I think of.
Yeah. Who was trying to? Was it Andy?
Yeah, I was saying one of my favorite photos of the two of them together is from when Ringo visited him at the Wings concert. I think in the Forum in '76, and he's holding up the guitar. And after the Wings Over America concert, and he comes out at the end of the show. That's a great photo.
That's cool. Yeah, I think I remember. Where is that? Is that in the archives?
I'm sure.
Photo? It probably is.
I'm sure it is.
Save us.
I'm sure it is. He's also holding the flowers in one shot, and he's holding a guitar in the other shot. He came out after the concert.
Is he holding a drink at all? No.
No. I was later.
They shut it down.
This was a limited edition photo that was done, but that's kind of neat with Ringo and Paul. This is a special.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
If I get it turned right, but yeah, that's kind of neat. I got it framed, and it's
Which occasion was that? Was that one?
That was the charity show where they did Cosmically Conscious.
David Lynch.
Radio City.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was real cool.
I was at that. I
love Cosmically Conscious. I love it.
The longer version.
Well, the longer version.
Hey, we got it on Paul, Tom. We got it on Paul real quick, me and you. Good.
Well, I figure I want to do that a little bit. I don't mind Paul with Ringo. That's all I meant. But I thought maybe we could just, because of Ringo's birthday, we could stick with Ringo and Paul together with Ringo. But this story I've told before. What a heartbreaker this is. I had a ticket to go to Radio City for Ringo's 70th birthday. And I knew in my heart nothing was announced, but I said, I bet you anything Paul's going to be there. I know he's going to be there. And then the morning of, I just felt kind of like my stomach wasn't right. I was a little nauseated. I mean, I could have made it, but I was like, one of those days. And I'd have to take a long train ride and all this. And I was going by myself. Usually I'd have a friend to go with or something. But this particular time, just me. I don't know. And I just said, nah, I'll pass it up. And of course, it turned out to be a real historic night in Beatledom, and I really regret. That's one of my big regrets, in my Beatle life.
We all have them, Joe. We all have regrets.
Oh, do you have regrets too, Ken? In that area?
Oh God!
Anything you could mention? Or
one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't go see Paul when he went to Lubbock.
When was
that?
Okay? That was one opportunity. You didn't see him again.
Yeah. Well, I found out after it had happened that he was doing a show in Lubbock, and that's about 3 hours south of me. So that would have been pretty much the closest I could have traveled to go see him. And I passed up the opportunity because I didn't even know about it until after it happened.
Mm.
But you have seen Paul in concert, haven't you?
No, I'm young enough that I was
just going to say that
probably been to one concert in my entire life.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a pass on that one.
But that is on my bucket list. See Paul and Ringo and live.
Mm-hmm. Did somebody else have something that I'm sorry to say about?
I think Ken was trying to say something.
Well, our friend Charles Rosenay does trips to England every single year. And sometimes he attaches that to something else like Hamburg or Scotland or whatever. And I've never gone on any one of his trips before. I went to England once, but not through his trips. But I've always said, especially with my wife, this year's the year we're going to go. And we never get around to it. And sometimes it's all because of not having enough money. And going back when George did his tour of Japan, Charles arranged the trip for Beatle fans to go there. And it was actually, in this day and age, I think it was fairly reasonable, whatever the price was. And we passed on it. And it included 3 concerts with George. With Eric Clapton.
Whoa.
And we didn't go. And also because I had heard that this was going to be a warm-up for touring America. So I thought he was going to tour here. Had I have known that that was not going to happen, man, I wish I could turn back the clock. But
right. I thought that George was just trying to dip a toe in the water, get a feel when he was doing Japan, just to see, and then maybe he would do something, it's extended. But that wasn't to be. I should have tried harder to go to the Bob Dylan tribute well, in retrospect, with George there in '92, I think. But I didn't. And my other big regret, of course, my biggest regret is that I had ample opportunity, and I had some Beatle friends at the time to make more trips to the Dakota to try to see John. But nobody could have ever anticipated.
Now, you can
I
correct
thought-
me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Cheer Down the last George Harrison solo song released in his lifetime as a single?
You can lead a horse, but you can't make him drink. Was the next one.
Horse
But
to the water.
Horse to the water.
Yeah.
Was that released?
Right before he, that was
Right
right
before.
before he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a month before, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, I happened to buy a used CD, another Jules Holland one on Rhino that has that on it. I already had the first one, whatever it was called, Jules Holland Big something.
Yeah, they changed the name of it.
I got another one, but this one says 2007 remix. It's different, sounds different than the other one, a little different. I think George even sings it a little different, if I'm not mistaken. I remember Rob Leonard on his show playing an alternate version a while ago. I could be wrong, but I thought there were two slightly different versions of it, and this one sounds a little different. Not majorly, but somewhat different. So
Have to check it out if it's on YouTube or something, or maybe you can, send me an MP3 or something.
right,
Ken, you could use it, right, for your show?
Sure. I
Yeah.
play anything that's released. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that song. I wish it was somehow more of a part of a George compilation, or on a CD of George's somehow.
Right.
But glad I have it. And it's one of my favorite parts when Sam Brown does it in the concert for George. I like that performance.
It's a kick-ass song.
There it is. Small World, Big Band.
Band. Right.
Thank you.
It's been on Boots.
But it should be on a legitimate Harrison compilation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to see it on something.
Especially its historical importance being the last song he ever recorded. So
That's weird because I'm looking at the Wikipedia discography stuff for all of his singles. It's not popping up.
Well, it's not a single.
It wasn't
No,
a
it was
single,
only on
but
the CD, as far as I know. It was only on the CD, right? That's it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
'Cause according to Wikipedia, the last George Harrison single released in his lifetime would have been. It says right here, "My Sweet Lord" reissue 2000.
2000.
2000.
Yeah, the 2001.
Yeah, 2001. Yeah, because I guess they put it out again in 2002, and then they Any Road and Marwa Blues from 2003 is the last thing released. Period.
One talk about Ringo. One of the saddest clips of him is watching him in that Material World documentary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry, which documentary? I'm sorry, Ken, I missed it.
Material World, the one about George when he goes about visiting for the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a sad mode. Of course, he makes a little joke of it at the end, but trying to. This is how he deals with a lot of pain.
Well, because he was on Barbara Walters too in '81.
Yes,
right?
and I was going to say that because that's what he's referring to. It's like whatever he says.
Barbara Walters.
It's like Barbara Walters in
There was
here.
another word in between there.
Yes, and in Barbara Walters, that's a sad one. That is
too.
that happened. That's right after. I mean, that's close to after. John was gone, so that was pretty.
He almost started tearing up during that thing, and Ringo says, "Do you want to shut that off?" And she goes,
Yeah.
"No."
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it's like that's all sensationalism for Barbara Walters. She's like, "Oh, let's get this. We'll zoom the camera in on his face. Let's watch a Beatle cry."
Yeah, and he kept going. He kept going and discussing it too. So kudos to him for that. But that had to be
That'd be really rough.
Unbearably rough.
I don't know how you do that so soon after the death.
Yeah.
You're going to be asked the question. You know it.
Because Ringo was the only Beatle to just get up and go as soon as he found out. He just went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was on Good Morning America also, and right after it happened, Ringo was on with Barbara, and the interviewer that was doing I forgot the guy's name. It used to be on Good Morning America, but I've got the video. But he keeps saying, "Well, John, I'm glad you're on the show. Glad to have you."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my! And Ringo finally said to him, he goes, "Oh," and he said, "You did that last time we were together. You called me, called me John." He goes, "Oh, so sorry, Ringo."
Yeah.
That's like when Larry King screwed up.
Yeah.
When, at the Love
Yes.
anniversary, was it?
Yeah, that was funny,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It's like, oh wow, you really messed up.
And Paul and Ringo are being interviewed, and he named one of them George, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. We have a new guest here. I just have to ask you if you can click out of whatever else you have open. YouTube, you got to click out of, or anything else you have open. You just leave StreamYard on. That's all, because otherwise we have echoing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just trying to see who it was.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm noticing Mr. Ken Michael's background. Love the flaming pie thing, as well as the give me some fruit thing.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. But the only thing you can see is whatever's on that top shelf. I need to mix it up more often because this room is really very small. It's a very small den, and it's extremely messy. And I need a lot more room in this house. I live in a Cape where half the Cape is all music.
You're agreeing.
You have to.
You're agreeing.
It looks good.
What do you think this is? This is a freaking garage.
Oh, God.
It
But
looks
it organized.
Yes, it looks a lot better.
Looks good.
I prop up stuff, like I prop up this rock and roll music display and stuff. Okay, let's see how we're doing here with the sound.
You good?
Hello?
Hello?
We still have background noise. Okay. We'll see if we can get back to you later. The Ringo, yeah. The John Davidson interview. Yes, I saw that. I remember that when it first was aired, and that was
probably the most difficult of all those interviews.
Oh, that's when Ringo's the most notable, noticeably inebriated.
Yeah, he was really pretty gone during that one, wasn't he? Taking the pictures and the Polaroids.
Yeah. He usually handled it and passed it off pretty well. By the way, what we need is a queen here. I think we got a lot of kings here, but we need to have a queen.
Oh, so we could use a female here.
What do you say? Should I bring one up? I'll try to get back to you later there, Mr. Roberts. And now we're going to bring up Kid O'Toole. Hey, Kid.
Wow.
Yay.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Now this is officially turned into Talk More Talk.
Oh my God! Have you moved me to the middle?
Square.
Wow! I'd like two for the block, please.
You're in the Paul Lynde spot.
Oh my God!
Look at you! Look at good for the show. That's great. Middle square.
I just finished my hello.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that went.
It went. I just finished. I just finished a lecture for the Avalon Library in New Jersey on Motown in the '70s. I just finished it. So it was really fun.
Glad you could join us. That's great.
Yeah. So of course I wasn't going to miss it. So I just finished it. So had to hop on here.
It's now the Fab Hollywood Squares. So
that's right.
Yeah, I got to let's see if we can rearrange some stuff here.
Yeah.
Bing.
I'm getting dizzy.
Bing. Sorry, the other guy's on the bottom. No. Yeah. So what can we?
Wow, man.
With Kit in the middle, it's more like Alice from the Brady Bunch.
Andy Davis.
Yeah. I certainly got memories of that.
One legend to another.
Man.
You need to go in the kitchen and get your apron on, kids.
Oh, ouch.
Ow.
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's what we need. We needed a lady here.
Oh man!
So
Class up the joint.
What's going on, Ringo wise? Did you celebrate Ringo today? Did you play like 17 albums or
17 albums?
17. No.
Oh man, yeah. I'm just trying to now like shift gears here from listening to Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and all this stuff. So I'm like trying to disco and funk and stuff. So now I'm trying to shift back.
Yeah. Now you got. Well, just keep thinking of Where Did Our Love Go for Ringo.
There is
Bad Boy album.
Slight connection. Yeah.
And she's like, well, I like Fingertips by Ringo. That's really good. You know.
Yeah.
That Where Did Our Love Go cover was really unfortunate.
Although I could still, I don't skip it. I still listen to it, but yeah, it's kind of cringy. But
yeah,
it's one of the few I don't like.
Well intentioned, but yikes.
No.
Baby, don't leave me.
And then again, his cover of Money I wasn't crazy about, but
yeah,
maybe Ringo with Motown is not a good mix.
Yeah,
Are there any other examples that come to mind?
Well, Beatle wise, yeah, sure.
No, I mean as far
With
as
Ringo?
Ringo solo and stuff.
Hey, Paul performed Hitchhike for Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
at
sure
the Apollo.
did. Yes, he did.
Trying to think of what else.
Trying to think.
Of course, working with Stevie Wonder
Of
and
course.
Michael Jackson.
Yep. So I got those connections. Trying to remember, did John record Motown stuff? I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to think of all the rock and roll stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember rock and
Stand
roll.
By Me's not Motown. is it?
No.
That's Atlantic.
No.
No, you got the Beatles stuff in there. You Really Got a Hold on Me. And
Right. Yeah, of course.
Please, Mr. Postman.
Yep.
Oh, Beatles' second album could be renamed The Beatles Motown the Album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that really is still my. I mean, people ask me my favorite Beatles album. I do say that usually.
Well, I've said that's like an R&B album to me. I mean, which I love. The second album. I mean, that is like their R&B album. I mean, not just because of the covers, but I mean, just in general. I mean, just has such a feel to it. And Ringo's drumming on there is just, I love it. It's just so kind of hard, and that's a great album. I mean, they're all great, obviously, but
since this day is dedicated to Mr. Richard Starkey, I thought it necessary to mention two different versions of one Ringo song. I like them both a lot, but I'd have to say 2012 version of Wings beats the 77 version out of the water.
Well, I said that earlier for myself too. I agree with that. I really loved it. In fact, I would go as far to say that's one of the best things he ever recorded as far as solo.
One of the best recent things he's ever recorded.
I like the original better. I got to be different.
I do wish he would stop doing. Yeah, I wish he would stop doing Back Off Boogaloo. He doesn't need any more covers of that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He doesn't need to do any more covers of that.
Yeah,
one version was good enough.
Yeah, wish he wouldn't do Back Off Boogaloo.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. It's like, okay, we've heard it. Now it's on this album, which is his new album. It was on two other albums. I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, the one where he did it as a
version,
medley.
the latest one.
I like the medley that he did on Stop and Smell the Roses, mixing in Beatles songs and titles of Beatles songs in Tobacco Boogaloo.
Oh, that's one of the worst things I thought he did. Oh.
No, I liked it because it's Harry Nilsson was involved with that, and Harry did his own Beatle medley with You Can't Do That. It's very similar in that way.
That's interesting to bring that up because I prefer I would pick Postcards from Paradise over the song over the Back Off Boogaloo one.
Oh God!
Personally.
Rory and the Hurricane.
I would.
Is that the album that song's on?
What's that?
Rory and the Hurricane or something like that.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that's on Postcards from Paradise.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites from that album.
yeah.
That's a good song. Good solid track. Could have been a good 45 if we still had him. I think that would have been a nice 45.
Yeah, but you're dealing at a time when radio wouldn't play him anyway.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Good point.
I do think that of any recent things that he's put out lately, I think that the song "Zoom In, Zoom Out" deserves to at least be played on modern hits radio. I think that it will really connect more than any other. More than anything else that was on that EP, I think that particular song just would fit mainstream radio just perfect.
Yeah, that was a good album. I talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yes,
I like that album.
That's a great album.
Yeah.
And again, I was at my 4th of July get together, and my 2 nephews, and they say one is going to be 31, the other one's going to be 30. They were teasing me about that song again, saying that line about till Galileo put on his thinking cap, and they thought that was they were teasing me. I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. You guys have a problem with that? They just thought that was like, such a gag-worthy kind of line. But I love that song. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So here's one of the I will say few items I've won while partaking in Ken Michael's many trivia.
Shit, sorry about that.
What do you mean few?
I'm trying to play it down, Ken.
Okay.
But as the Ringo at the Ryman, which was one of my favorites.
Nice.
Can I tell you about that? That's the one I think. I really think it's the record of Wings on that. I really do. I have.
He does do Wings on here. He does do Wings on here.
But I think it's the record on that.
Yeah, he does Anthem. Yeah, and he does Anthem as well.
So you think they're lip syncing to the record?
I don't know if he's lip syncing or if it's put on, but I'm good with that. I think it's the record exactly.
Joe, do you want to put it up as large? So we can see it large.
It's like what I have to do is I'm kind of right now. I'm very busy watching comments right this moment.
Oh, okay.
But give me a second.
It's okay.
Oh, sorry. No, because I'm looking. You don't want to give them any attention. That's why they do it.
Right.
But I have to. Right now, I'm like keeping an eye on the comments.
There's been a few rough comments.
Yeah, let's move on. So anyway,
wait, is that Marv with us?
Yeah, what happened? Oh, Marv, is that you? Maybe not.
No, I don't think it was Marv.
May I say something that's a pretty unpopular subject matter?
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. He gets kicked off.
I, for one, actually don't mind most of the Old Wave album.
What's wrong with that?
No, a lot of people, these days, every time I criticize it, people say, "Oh, it's good. What are you talking about? It's got Joe Walsh on it."
In My Car is a fantastic song. I like that.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's like you're taking a little thing, I don't know what you call it, a little toy keyboard going dun 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 dun. It's okay. I don't love it.
I always thought that Ringo worked best when he was writing music from the perspective of just sounding fun and upbeat. It's when he tries to do these ballads that I don't really connect well with.
No, I like it.
I like both.
I like both too.
I like both.
That explains why I hold the What's My Name album in such high regards, as well as the Time Takes Time album.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm with Oliver. Yeah, I said that I love the cover of She's About to Move Her. I really do. That's one of my favorite Ringo covers he's ever done.
Good song.
Maybe we should do another listen, another listen for Old Wave.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another one.
Reason,
that's
I guess
another one.
Boardwalk Records is back because they've made Stop and Smell the Roses and Old Wave available for streaming.
Oh,
who did that? Mason?
Boardwalk Records, I guess they're back.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because, I mean, I can pull them up on my phone.
Interesting.
Yeah, it happened earlier this year. I noticed it.
Well, they're not on Apple Music then, I guess, or Spotify?
No, they're on all streaming services.
Oh.
They made them available for all streaming services. So, like...
Yeah, I heard when I was on the podcast today with Ringo Rama that you can get it on Spotify. Yeah, and that it's also remastered. That's what I heard.
Well, that's good news.
I have to say,
That's
somebody Marcus is asking best Ringo album cover, and I like a lot of Ringo album covers.
They even put Old Wave out, which that album originally came out only in Germany or something like that.
Yeah.
And Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
In Japan.
Anybody got the favorite Ringo covers?
Everything
Well,
comes
the
out
top
of
Ringo.
Japan.
Yeah, Ringo.
Yeah. Ringo.
You know.
I like Ringo the Fourth. Laugh all you want. I like that.
Good Night Vienna's kind of cool.
Good Night Vienna.
No, I like
yes.
Good Night Vienna.
I like Buku's of Blues.
I really like Buku's the Blues photo.
Yeah.
Yep. Stop and Smell the Roses.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I like that.
Not Bad Boy though. Not that one.
Yeah, that's
a very good
unfortunate.
cover. No.
That is really unfortunate.
That's not a good one. He's proud of now.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure when it's just you and the drink, just the drink in his hand, and that's all you see pretty much. Just a bunch of rings. Yeah.
Yeah. I like. I'm gonna go with Why Not. I really like his pose on that cover.
No more peace signs.
No more peace.
Says the guy wearing the peace sign shirt.
I did enjoy, those are all good. I mean, I love all of them, but just recently kind of gotten back into Sentimental Journey because I was in Liverpool and found that building and did a whole for my video channel. I did a whole video, well, not the whole video, but the video of Liverpool. I did a clip showing the Empress building and how they did the cover of Sentimental Journey, and it's a bar still now. Actually, it's a pub.
The Empress.
Yeah, but it's I just thought that was kind of cool because it's like on top of the hill from Liverpool is where it is.
Yeah, lately the what is it? The Marcus says, the covers lately they've been kind of the same old thing, really. Not very.
I'm not really a fan of any of his recent, all the covers of his last 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah.
Not really a fan. It's just
I kind of thought the Christmas album was a little cheesy. The cover of that one was a little cheesy.
And someone said the Give More Love cover looks like a Gwen Stefani album cover, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Did you ever see that cover?
Yeah, I know. They're
it
talking
has
about
the same kind of background look to it.
Yeah. The Rocksteady album, I think they're talking about. I think that's what it's called.
Oh wow, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I would say that associating Ringo with alternative music is not the worst thing that they could have done. I mean, they could have tried to associate him with rap of all things.
Yeah, bite your tongue.
Hey, there's a little rap in "Gotta Get Up to Get Down."
Yeah, of course, and I enjoy that.
And I consider his remake of Money to be pretty much all that mixed with auto tune.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's so clear that he made that recording just to poke fun at us. Like, he never had intentions that was going to be good. He was trying to make. Maybe it was a stab at Get Enough. Is my theory.
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt Ringo's even heard Get Enough.
Yeah. Paul's made a few attempts of doing some rap stuff too.
Yeah, most famously Kanye West.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny to see, but he did.
Also, he only comes in at the very end of that one Kanye West song where you hear Paul's whistling and then he goes well, and like. Okay, that's good, but just to go through like 2 minutes of garbage just to get to 5 seconds of decency.
Yeah.
Well, I try to keep an open mind when it comes to rap. I'm not crazy about it, but for so many people to have loved it, and for it's been a viable form of music. Selling for 40 years now, there's got to be something to it.
What's here to say?
To me, it isn't. Doesn't have anything to it. To me,
okay.
It's something
that's my opinion.
It's something that's really easy for the young generation, like my generation, to connect with, because a lot of them, the way they were raised up is like, we just like simple music, nothing too artsy, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure most of you have never even heard of the Beatles then.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of with Joe. Joe and I are kind of on the same page. I could probably say it for Joe as well, but he and I are not big rap people at all.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
I'm not a big rap person at all. I find it bloody annoying.
I had fun with it. Like, what is that? Rapper's Delight? Is that the name
Yeah.
of it? I had a lot of fun with that song, and I like when Debbie Harry did it, some in Rapture and things like that. And I always say I bought the single, the Beastie Boys' "Fight for Your Right to Party," which I think is more rock than rap. But yeah, the whole thing to me is what I don't understand is even if people love rap, doesn't it get to sound the same? I know they said that about other things that we liked, maybe, but
it's too repetitive.
I mean, it seems like they say da 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 da. Don't you want like a change, rappers? Don't you want?
Well, I mean, that could be said for every genre of music too.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rock fans that want to hear the same songs the rest of their lives and a very limited number of songs too. So, but let me ask you this: with the exception of the chorus of "Give Peace a Chance," the rest of it is.
I don't like Give Peace a Chance.
I know, but it is kind of.
I even think freaking Hey Bulldog is rap.
No,
that's a
Hey Bulldog.
I like Subterranean Homesick Blues. Somebody says that's like
yeah.
That. But it was one song. If he did that every song for like 30 years, I'd be like, enough, Bob. Do something else.
Now, I don't think they
change the backing beat or something.
I don't think they do this much anymore, but remember back in like when in the 80s with rap where they had the record scratching thing.
Oh yeah.
What there is no bigger disrespect to vinyl than that.
I hope they use the right records to scratch with.
Yeah.
Well, some of the people had to leave, like Tom Hunyadi and Andy had to leave too, Andy Nichols, because they had to do a 2 legs recording of their show. Mm-hmm. So they're gone. And I'm sorry, people who weren't here. Some people weren't here earlier. I'm sorry you missed some of the Ringo stuff, but you'll see this when it's a video, Ringo talk. So what's going on, fellas? Anything last minute Ringo with the beans? You didn't say anything about Ringo, did you? You've heard of him, right?
Ringo, yeah, Starsky and Hutch. I love that show.
Yeah. It's funny. I bought a record album. It's a radio thing, a Scott Muni from 1978 radio disc with a few interviews with different people. They're very short. They're like maybe a minute or two, quotes and things. And Ringo says it was talking about punk music, and he says he had to try to get his son into punk music or something like that. And he said his son is very into The Who. I love when he says that, into The Who. I got him into The Who and stuff. And now, of course, that's amazing.
That worked out well for him.
Well, he's been their drummer for 25 years.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But no, I listened to Buku's today and Stop and Smoke Roses because it was the only 2 vinyl I have.
Oh, okay.
So, Ringo. So.
Are they first listens?
Oh, no.
No, okay. I was wondering what you thought of them in for first listens.
No. I bought Roses when it first came out in '81.
Oh, yeah. And at first they had this thing where, right, you could scratch the roses and it's supposed to smell like roses.
Originally. Yeah, I remember that. It was a hype sticker.
Does that still work? I don't know.
I've never tried. I just slit the side, let the shrink on, never touched it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it anymore.
We're gonna have a live sniff. Oh boy,
you started something.
This is a good way to sign off. With a live sniff.
Tom getting high off of Ringo.
But I did scratch the Buku's a Blues album cover first before I listened to it. Not good. Not a good idea. There's nothing there. There's just album cover.
I scratched the Ringo the Fourth the other day and it smelled like vodka. No, sorry, Ringo.
Oh.
I made a video. I'm gonna say this. I made a video where in 2018 saluting Ringo for all the years of sobriety.
Thought I still
30 years of sobriety,
sticker, but I don't.
He's an inspiration with that. Oh, you don't have one. Oh,
I thought I had one with a hype sticker, and I don't.
Oh, no hype sticker. Oh, I have like 4 or 5 of them with a hype sticker. None of them say about scratching.
I thought it was a hype sticker that smelled.
No, the roses are supposed to.
Oh, really?
I've never been able to do that. I think the scent went away or whatever it was. I think Tom was getting high with it. So
Thank everybody. Ken, thank you so much for coming on here and participating in this madness. But this is
Thank
part
you,
of the
Joe.
this is part of the fun. It can be about anything after a while, and especially the Ringo stuff. I'm going to like condense. So okay, Tim, thank you, Mason.
Thanks for having me.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Ken. Finally.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here for Ringo's birthday bash. Okay. Talk to you all soon.
Happy birthday, Ringo.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Happy
81
birthday, Ringo.
years
Happy
young.
81, Ringo.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. No autographs.